the content on this channel is for education or entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute financial advice. Always remember to conduct your own research. So in today's video, I want to run through Income Shares' new strategy. We've just been on stream and I thought this is a great topic. We did some research and I wanted to look. On Friday, the markets went up by quite a lot. The S&P went up 1.56%, the Nasdaq went up 2%, we had underlyings go up 5, 6, 7%, the really high volatile ones. Jeremy Powell has basically said there's a possibility of lowering rates in September, so it sent the market into a frenzy, which I think personally is great for us, and I think all the markets on Friday was doing great. It was like a bull market again. So it was the perfect time to have a look at Income Shares' new strategy. So I'm just going to run over it a little bit. Income Shares' new strategy, they changed from doing 5% out of the money calls. That did not work. There wasn't capturing upside. There was just paying you an income. We didn't really get that good total returns at all, if any. There was a couple of good ETPs only out of the 11 that we had, but that is it. It didn't work. So they've changed to doing in the money puts. They now hold 25% uncapped stock inside the ETP, which means we can get 25% upside. So in this video, I wanted to see exactly what upside we're capturing versus underlying, because that is very important. And the reason I wanted to go over this is because I'll show you what Income Shares' competitor is doing. So Income Shares' competitor, YieldMax, are actually capturing a lot of upside. So this is a portfolio right here, what I've just made of some YieldMax stuff, which I'll show you right now. So we've got MSTR was up 6.09%, MSTY by YieldMax was up 5.15%. Then we've got MAGS, which is the MAG 7, which just doesn't do any covered call, it just holds the equity, up 2.45%, while we've got YMAG by YieldMax is up 2.13%. Then we've got Meta underlying up 2.12%. YieldMax's Meta fund did 1.88% upside. Nvidia underlying did 1.72%. Nvidia by YieldMax did 1.57%. As you can see, Q and SPY was both up. And then, for example, this is a good example again. On the downside, we've got YieldMax's Netflix down 0.12%, while Netflix underlying was down 0.13%. So as you can see, we get the downside, but you see these YieldMax funds also capture upside, which is perfect. But we have not seen any upside from Income Shares over the last year, let's say. So I think this is a good time to look, is the new strategy working? And I think I'm going to let you decide by the end of this video. So let's jump back to my spreadsheet and let's actually have a look. I've actually made this chart so you can see what is actually going on with this, and also done it in numbers. So let's run through it. So Barber underlying has returned 4.11% on Friday. This is just one day, guys, when the market went back up. See how the Income Shares version did? 2.83%. So that is 68% upside capture. Palantir, the underlying return 1.64%, while Income Shares ETP returned 2.7%. So that is 164% upside capture. So Income Shares' ETP actually outperformed the underlying on the Palantir version. Now that is very interesting to see. MSTR, the underlying return 6.09%, while the Income Shares ETP MSTI returned 4.84%. That is 79% upside capture on Friday alone. That is a lot of upside capture. As you can see, a lot on this chart, a lot of them are actually in the blue, which is quite a big upside, whereas the red is they've not done too good. So AMD, the underlying went up 2.47%, whereas Income Shares ETP AMDI, the ETP returned 0.73%. That is 29% upside capture. So as you can see, it's not working for them all, but it looks to me a lot of the volatile names are actually capturing upside by the looks of it, which is what we want. Broadcom underlying returned 1.52%, whereas Income Shares' AVGI ETP returned 2.06%, So that is 135% upside capture. So that outperformed the underlying, which is amazing to see. Base underlying, 6.52%. It went up on Friday, whereas Coinbase ETP COI went up 4.8%, so that's 73% upside. This is a very important one for me because Coinbase is one I was very interested in and it's one I still hold, but I am down minus 20% on total returns because I didn't average down and because I bought in at inception because I wanted to see exactly what would happen with it if I just put my money in and left it. And it's not worked good. I'm still down massively. And seeing this capture 73% upside because I've got to a point on the old strategy where COI were down 60% on share price and actually the underlying coin went up 60%, so we didn't capture anything. So seeing Coinbase ETP now capture upside is looking good because it wasn't before. So maybe this new strategy will work by the looks of this. Next, we've got Tesla underlying went up 6.22% and Tesla ETP went up 3.28%. That is a 52% upside capture. Nvidia underlying went up 1.72%, whereas Nvidia ETP went up 1.23%. That is another 71% upside capture. Amazon underlying went up 3.1%, whereas Amazon ETP went up 1.44%. That is 46% upside capture. Google underlying went up 3.04%, and Income Shares ETP for Google went up 1.15%. That is 37% upside capture. Apple underlying went up 1.27%, and Apple ETP went up 0.48%. That is 37% upside capture. Meta underlying went up 2.12%, and the Meta ETP went up 0.92%. That is 43% upside capture. Right, let's get into these now. The indices, the QQQO and SPIO. These haven't had a strategy change yet, but it is said that they're going to get one in the future. It sounds like what they're going to do instead of making a new version, like they said they were going to make a V2 version and keep these, but I don't think they're going to do that now. I think they're going to fix the old version, which is great. QQQ went up 1.54% and QQQO went down 0.01%. That is a minus upside capture of 0.64%. SPY underlying went up 1.54% and SPIO ETP went down 0.17%. That is minus 11% upside capture. So that's not great. That's the problem with these. They just go down and down and down. Gold underlying went up 1.07% and gold ETP went up 0.09%. That is 8.4% upside capture. But these have worked very, very good so far, the gold ETP, so I'm not really worried about this or silver. It's more the single stocks which are being the major problem up to now. Silver underlying went up 2.11% and silver ETP went up 0.25%. That is 11% upside capture. So the MAGS underlying, which is the round hill, what just hold the MAGS 7, they don't do cover calls or anything, it's just they just hold the underlying. So that went up 2.45%, and MAGD, Income Shares ETPs, which do income strategy, went up 1.74%, so that is 71% upside capture. Then we have TLT underlying 0.74% and TLTI, which returned 0.3%, and that's 40% upside capture. So as you can see, looking at this, a lot of them have caught upside capture, and the more lower vol ones haven't caught upside that much. So I wonder if we're going to see a kind of reversal in this, if we're going to see the lower vol ones not catch as much upside and see the higher vol ones catch more upside. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you think of this, because I think this is very important data. This to me looks like Income Shares' new strategy is working, and I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. So these are the kind of things that I do some research topics inside my live stream. So if you want to join them live, make sure you join me live streams and we can research these things together. Just to let you know, none of this is financial advice. Always do your own research. This is just for educational and entertainment purposes only. And if you want to watch a video on my full 1 year income shares experience video, what's right in front of you now. Thank you guys. See you in the next one.